YouTube is going backwards and no one is actually talking about why it's healthy for creators. And today I want to talk about that. But seriously, like, have you noticed that YouTube is changing lately? It feels like the past few weeks, every time I'm on YouTube, like some of the OG YouTube vloggers are now creating content again. And it's the coolest thing in the world. I mean, in the past 2 or 3 weeks alone, I've seen people like Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon. They've started to create videos again. Hey, Bunker, this is my dog, Bunker. She also shares a studio with me. This is Bunker Studio. But I mean it. Like, have you seen, we're trying to create a video here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Creators are getting back to just turning on the camera and just creating. Like, they're letting natural things happen. Hey, there's Bunker Studio. Welcome to the studio. But I mean it. I think we're getting back to like some of the roots of YouTube and what we all used to, turn to YouTube for and why we all started to create videos in the first place. One of my favorite things about kind of OG YouTube in a way was seeing creators just turn on the camera and kind of just document their life. More of sort of like a raw vlog style in a way. And it seems like over the years, things have started to just get, more polished and more like scripted in a way. And we're getting back to, or I guess over the past few years, we're getting back to more styles like this, where it's very polished. We've got like this nice, clean setup in the background, and it seems like it's just more of, like a movie in a way. And don't get me wrong, like, I love the way this looks. I love the whole cinematic look with the nice lighting and everything is edited to like perfection. I love that. But there's also something, just unique about just turning on your camera and letting things fly. One of the things that I've noticed, I've sort of like have fallen into the trap in the few years. First, coffee break. Delicious, as always, local roaster here in Austin, Texas. But one of the things that I've noticed I have fallen into the trap of with YouTube is I'll see my favorite creator and I'll see the look that they have, and then I'll either see their links in their comments or I'll go to see what kind of gear they're shooting with, and I go buy the camera and the lens to try to replicate the same exact setup. And what I've noticed is when that happens, like, I'm kind of losing myself in a way because I'm becoming essentially like what that creator is. And so I'm shooting this on every camera that I own. I'm a professional photographer. And so for me, it doesn't really matter what about the gear, like I'm using some little mini action cameras. I'm using my cell phone. I'm using my nice podcast camera that I have. And over here, I've got my vlog camera too. So it doesn't really matter what type of camera that you have. The most important thing is that you use whatever camera you have at your disposal. Whether it's one camera, 5 cameras, maybe you've got 100 cameras, who cares? The most important thing is that you're creating content. And that's exactly why YouTube was created. For you, for me, for other creators out there to just simply create and not get caught up in all the camera gear. And I think somewhere along the way, obviously people tried to make this their living. And so when you do that, you've got to work with different brands and different sponsors to sort of make your living out of it. And that's where we went away from like the old school kind of raw, run and gun, like home movies in a way. And it became more scripted and sponsored. And one of the things that I've learned that I don't like watching is when I'm seeing my favorite creator and I get excited and I see the new video pop up on YouTube, I click on it, I get excited to see what my creator is up to, and then I see this video sponsored by, and it almost like brings the sail out of my wind, right? Like, you probably know what I'm talking about. And I get it, right? One day, maybe I'll be doing sponsored content, and one day I'll probably be doing this, on a bigger scale anyways. But what I've noticed when I see that, it sort of takes like the kind of the mystiqueness away of what that video could have been, of what it used to be, where that creator was just turning on their camera and they were just recording from like a genuine creative place in their body. And now when you see sponsored content, it's like, oh, this has to be perfectly scripted. It's got to be sent to the brand has to approve it, and then they can post it on their YouTube channel. So I think for a few years, we've gotten into that mode where it was a lot of very scripted content, movie style content. And now more than ever, we need it as a world, we need it as creators, is to really get back to that kind of like old school run and gun, just talk to the camera in a way. And I love it. I love where we're going with YouTube. And when I started this video, I talked about, I actually think that's really healthy for creators, because I think more than ever right now, with where everything is with AI and automation, we're losing some of our creativity. And so if we can tap back into that and tap back into just having an idea and just go with it, I think that's going to be the gold in all of this. You know, like this video right here is a perfect example. I was so excited to create this. And like last night, you can probably see I've got my teleprompter right there. I've scripted everything out. And then I got downstairs to my office this morning and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to read off of a script. I'm just going to do my own thing and kind of shoot from the heart in a way. And I've noticed when I do that and I go back and watch my content, that's when I feel like it's the most relatable content out there. And when I watch other creators that are just talking directly into the camera without using a script like this and a teleprompter, it just feels more natural. I feel like more of a genuine connection in a way. So I guess to wrap up, I think that we're going back to sort of like a new era, back to YouTube again, where we're creating just to create. Bunker, come here, buddy. Let's go say goodbye. Or I think we're getting back to creating videos just for the sake of creating. And we're getting back to like what a creator actually is. And that's just somebody turning on a camera with a great idea and they're putting it out in the world. And that's exactly what YouTube was designed for. So I'm excited where YouTube is heading. I think this is a healthy time and a healthy change for creators. And I would love to know if you agree, if you like to see where YouTube is heading. Yeah, this was a fun video. I hope it hits, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, ready to go? I think Bunker's ready to go too. All right, we'll see you in the next one.